welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I do DIY fashion, makeup transformation, and random vlogs. So guys, we're back again with another DIY fashion, and for today's video, I am going to share with you another way on how to make a sheared tank top or smoked tank top without using an elastic thread. So if you want to know how I did this top, just keep on watching. First of all, I prepared this 1 meter lightweight fabric. I don't know what type of fabric this is, but if you plan to make one, you can use cotton lawn fabrics or rayon chalice. I laid down the fabric on the floor since my working table isn't that big. I fold the fabric crosswise and measured 16 inches as my desired length. As for the width, my bust circumference measures 32 inches, so instead of using this measurement, I made it 50 inches to make sure that we have a bigger space while working. The reason why I fold the fabric is that I want it to be thicker and that to give more coverage since it's thinner that it shows what I'm wearing underneath. All we have to do is measure the length, pinning it to stay in place and then cut. No need for markings since we are working by folding it. After cutting, we will join the raw edges at the bottom, folding it right sides together and sewing it with straight stitch. Once done, turn it inside out and then top stitch the seams to lay it flat and clean. To make it sheared, I decided to use elastic band which size is 1/8 instead of using the elastic thread. So first thing to do is to set up our machine. We will be using zigzag stitch, and since we are using the smallest side of elastic band, we should also adjust our stitches. 2.0 for the stitch width and 1.5 for the stitch length. For the first line, I make use of the seams as a guide for the distance between the seams and the elastics. I want the neckline part to look ruffled, that is why I did it. I just want to use the elastic band since it's convenient for me, unlike the elastic thread. It takes time winding it, and also I want to try some ways to shear if elastic threads are not available. In attaching the elastics, there are ways of how should you attach them. Either you'll draw lines on your fabric at the wrong side part. You can also use the side of the presser foot if you want the distance of the threads, or the elastic bands are like near to each other. You can also use the metric and inch markings written on the needle plate as an aid for guiding as you sew, or just simply eyeballing it. It was too late when I realized that the sewn part should be the bottom, because I'm also thinking of using the elastic thread to be attached on the fold part, which should be the neckline. For the following lines, I decided to just eyeballing it, and while I sew them, I need to stretch the fabric just to see the distance from the first line and so that it will shear as much as it should. I know the distances are quite wide, but I prefer that wideness because elastic bands do really shear the fabric if you stretch it much. And also to save elastics because I just don't want to consume all of it. It depends on how much line you want it. I did not count mine, and I also left a space at the bottom for about 3 to 2 inches because I love it in peplum style. So once the elastics are sewn and you have enough of it, we will now lay or wrap it across our body to see if it fits. What I did to my top is that I did not continue sewing the elastics till the end because I just find it very loose. So I just stopped for about 42 inches long, which I think is enough. We will now cut the excess fabrics and then pinning the ends to stay in place and sew it with straight and zigzag stitch to close. For the sleeves, I made use of this excess fabric, fold it into 4 parts and measured 6.5 inches length and 3 inches width. Unfold it first and flip it to fold it again, right sides facing together, and sew all the raw edges. I was really contemplating if I should make it with a puff sleeve or a tube or sleeveless, and at the end I made it sleeveless. Once done sewing, we will also top stitch it to remain the seams flat. Before attaching it to the top, I cut bits at both sides of the top for our armhole. I just cut something like triangles and then pin the sleeves to the top. Don't forget to fold the raw edges at the armhole and sew everything afterwards. I should fold the raw edges of the armhole first so that it looks cleaner rather than sewing first the sleeves. Anyway, it's already done. Learn from your mistakes. And that's it. Here's our DIY shirred tank top. That's all for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I hope you got an idea on how to create a shirred tank top without using an elastic thread. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel and click the bell button for you to get updated once I upload another video. See you in my next video. Bye!